Welcome to the audio version of our newest report. We hope you enjoy it. Key takeaways. The intrusion began when a user downloaded and executed a malicious file impersonating Desksoft's EarthTime application, but instead dropped SecTopRat malware. The threat actor deployed multiple malware families, including SystemBC for proxy tunneling and later Betrüger backdoor for additional capabilities. They leveraged various tools such as AdFind, SharpHound, SoftPerfect NetScan, and GTNet XE, Grixpa, to map out the environment and perform reconnaissance activities. Lateral movement was primarily accomplished through RDP connections, with additional use of Impacket's WMI-exec. The threat actor moved across multiple systems, including domain controllers, backup servers, and file servers, while maintaining persistence through local account creation and startup folder shortcuts. Data collection and exfiltration were performed using WinRAR to compress targeted file shares containing sensitive business documents, which were then transferred via WinSCP to an FTP server hosted by a cloud provider in clear text. The discovery of Grixpa, a reconnaissance tool linked to Play Ransomware, a previous NetScan output containing data from a company reportedly compromised by DragonForce ransomware, and the use of the Betrüger backdoor suggest that the likely objective of this intrusion was ransomware deployment. Based on these findings, the threat actor behind this intrusion was most likely an affiliate operating across multiple ransomware groups. The DFIR report services. Private threat briefs 20+ private DFIR reports annually. Threat feed focuses on tracking command and control frameworks like Cobalt Strike, Metasploit, Sliver, etc. All intel includes everything from private threat briefs and threat feed, plus private events, threat actor insights reports, long-term tracking, data clustering, and other curated intel. Private Sigma rule set features 170+. Sigma rules derive from 50+ cases, mapped to ATT and CK with test examples. DFIR Labs offers cloud-based, hands-on learning experiences using real data from real intrusions. Interactive labs are available with different difficulty levels and can be accessed on demand, accommodating various learning speeds. Contact us today for pricing or a demo. Case summary. The intrusion began in September 2024 with a download of a malicious file mimicking the EarthTime application by Desksoft. Upon execution, SecTopRat was deployed, which opened a connection to its command and control C2 infrastructure. The threat actor established persistence by relocating the malicious file and placing a shortcut in the startup folder, configured to trigger on user logon. They further elevated access by creating a new local account and assigning it local administrative privileges. Soon after establishing the initial access, the malware deployed SystemBC. They then accessed the beachhead host via RDP using a newly created local account and executed discovery commands. At this stage, the threat actor completed a DC sync attack against a domain controller. They then followed up by connecting to the domain controller over RDP with the built-in administrator account and used PSExec to execute SystemBC with system privileges on the host. Using their existing proxy tunnel, the threat actor once again used RDP to connect to hosts in the environment. While on the domain controller, we observed the threat actor using Windows utilities, such as ipconfig and nltest, to perform an enumeration. Over the next few hours, the threat actor connected to several servers using RDP and deployed SystemBC across the environment. On a backup server, they executed a PowerShell script designed to retrieve VM credentials. On the second day, the threat actor used RDP to move laterally to the file server, where they dropped a WinRAR executable and archive specific file shares. They transferred the resulting archives to a US-based cloud host over unencrypted FTP using WinSCP, which has enabled the retrieval of credentials, among other details, during traffic analysis. The threat actor also resumed discovery activity with the use of Grixpa, a tool associated with Play Ransomware that uses WMI and WinRM to discover users and systems across the network, which was executed from both the domain controller and a backup server. They carried out further discovery activity with the use of AdFind for AD queries, PowerShell CMD-lets to collect host data, SharpHound for directory mapping, and SoftPerfect NetScan to scan remote hosts. On the 6th day of the intrusion, SecTopRat spawned a new payload on the beachhead host, The new payload executed was Intrusion, a multi-function backdoor. The threat actor also used WMIXSec to enumerate remote hosts through various reconnaissance commands executed on the domain controller. Throughout the intrusion, the threat actor used multiple defense evasion techniques, including process injection, time stomping, disabling Microsoft Defender's protections, and deploying binaries with spoofed metadata to disguise themselves as legitimate cybersecurity tools such as Sentinel-1 and Avast antivirus. While no final actions were observed during this intrusion before the threat actor was evicted, the evidence shows links to 3 different ransomware operations. The Grixpa tooling has been associated with the Play ransomware group. Similarly, the Intrusion backdoor has been linked to RansomHub-affiliated threat actors. And finally, with OPSEC failures, the threat actor dropped the results of prior NetScan discovery that appeared to contain data from a company that had been posted to the DragonForce ransomware leak site prior in 2024. With each of these indicators, we assess this threat actor was active as an affiliate for multiple ransomware groups. The next section of the report is not attainable in an audio format. Therefore, we recommend visiting the site on a computer when you have time. A link to the full report is in the description. Thank you for listening.